J16-8801 in the matter of baby Holm. The guardian ad litem for baby Holm is Allison Miller. She is present in the courtroom. The parents, Mr. Holm and Ms. Holm, are present in the courtroom. Do y'all want to sit up front or do y'all want to stay back there?
Right here.
Right here.
Stay back there. All right, they are present in the courtroom, remaining in the back of the courtroom outside the barrier to the courtroom proper. Are y'all here for hearing, or are y'all here as witnesses?
For witnesses.
Witnesses. The Department of Human Resources is represented by the Honorable
Tony Hamlin.
Tony Hamlin. Are you Don Hamlin's boy?
Yes, sir, I am.
God bless you.
Thank you.
So,
And John Schlinker.
and who?
John Schlinker.
John Slinker. Okay, now who are these ladies here?
This is the caseworker, Alex Martin,
Okay.
and then the supervisor, Leslie Smith.
Yeah, I remember last time. Were you here last time?
No.
Okay, now you guys weren't here last time.
No, I was my
Okay. All right. Stephanie, just for the record, there have been numerous motions and requests filed on behalf of the Department of Human Resources and the guardian ad litem and the parents. Parents had elected to proceed pro se the last time we were here for a status conference. I think the court visited this case for about three hours, maybe 3.5 hours last time, just to talk and chat. And my recollection is that I had suggested some things get done without actually, I think there was an order, but without a finding of dependency. I certainly didn't want to put any bite in that order, but at this point, let me ask you, I saw a report to the court for permanency review, which will be a part of the record. That's been filed, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And so we'll make that a part of the record. Everybody has access to this report. Allison, you do. Collins, have y'all seen this report?
Do we have those?
Okay.
We have seen it. Well, we haven't looked over it.
Okay. The report is on the record and it's public as far as the parties are concerned. So y'all got it since you filed it. When I say y'all, I'm pointing over to the Department of Human Resources staff. The guardian ad litem has it, and the Holmes have at least a copy of the report, whether they reviewed it or not, I don't really know. All right, on the substitute motions regarding contempt and matters like that, I'm probably not inclined to do those at this point.
Yes.
I just reserve those.
Yes, sir.
And it appears that, let me ask just a general question. Is it, other than the visits that have been scheduled that I reinstituted last time, are we still doing 3 days a week, 4 hours a day?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Is that, I know y'all are kind of moving sideways. Does that mean, are y'all visiting Holland? Are y'all visiting 3 times a week, 4 hours a day?
All right. Well, before we get started.
Listen to my question.
Yeah.
Are you visiting 3 times a week, 4 hours a day?
We are, but I just want to
Okay.
make sure that something's understood just real quick.
Well, I just need an answer to the question.
Yeah.
All right, so other than that, has anything been accomplished?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Is it regarding that line, is anything when it comes beyond the visits?
Not that I'm aware of, in my recommendation, my written recommendation I made when we were in the last time for status conference, I had some photographs of where the homes are living that I had not been able, to provide access to actually visually go to their home, and I haven't seen any type of psychological or mental health evaluation or anything else that was also in there that was something that I had requested.
Yeah. The basis for that psychological evaluation.
Okay, objection.
Basically, for that psychological.
Objection.
Mr. Holm, can
Yeah.
you just sit down for just a second?
Well, we need to have something on the record.
Hey, ma'am, get a deputy in here for me, please.
I just want to make sure that we have something on the
Have a
record
seat.
clear first, that's all.
Have a seat. If you want to act like you want a part of this hearing and present yourself over on this table, I might be more inclined to listen to you, but if you're going to stay back there and act like you don't want to be a part of what's going on up here, don't talk to me.
That's why I'm trying to have a
No, no,
discussion
no, no,
before I do
no,
that.
no, no, listen.
Make sure something's understood,
No,
that's
no,
all.
no, 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 no. What you need to understand is if you want to join the group, come on down. If you don't want to join the group, just keep sitting.
Well, we're only here in special appearance, and I just want to make sure that it's understood of that on the record before I come in and engage, because this is y'all's religion, and I just want to make sure that I'm
Mr.
not.
Holland,
Yes.
just don't say anything to me. The only way? The only way? What are you doing out there? Which, do they know who the father and mother is?
Yes, sir.
No, see, what's your name?
Adrian Cash.
Adrian
Yes, sir.
Cash.
Yes, sir.
Do you have the child in your care and control and custody at this point, at least physically?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Everything doing all right with you?
Yes, sir.
Rolling?
Yes, sir.
Eating good, sleeping good?
Yes, sir.
Good. How old is it?
7 months old.
7 months.
Yes, sir.
Good. You'll be up walking here for long.
Yes, sir.
That's gonna be exciting.
Yes, sir.
Mary, if you'll stay with me, Mr. Holland doesn't seem to understand how to be quiet, so the next time he talks, you'll haul him out of here. Now, if she wants to start staying here, she can, Mrs. Hall, but if she starts talking with him, then go ahead and get some else and get them both out of here, okay? All right. Now, so what I think is probably going to be important and necessary for us as far as a record is concerned is to have an actual order in order to have some compliance requirements put in place. Noting that the requirements in order can't be enforced without an order of finding of dependency. I feel like in my humble opinion, I've been over backwards to avoid a finding of dependency at this point. But I elaborated in great detail for you guys who weren't here. I'm going to get a chance to read the transcript about it. I elaborated in great detail all the things that transpired during the course of the 2-day, 72-hour hearing. I think it was a 2-day hearing, wasn't it? 2 days.
It was 2 or 3 days.
2 or 3 days. And having noted all that and following the guardian ad litem recommendation, I reserved the ruling on dependency, so I wouldn't have to have an order requiring all these things to take place. But it looks like I'm going to have an order requiring all these things to take place in order to move to phase 2. So the court will make a finding this morning that the child is dependent, and will order and will have an order appropriately fashioned to meet the requirements of dependency and move to phase 2. And I'll have a supplemental order giving the guardian ad litem certain instructions as to what I expect occur regarding this minor child. Now, is there anything else?
You know, 2 things. Number one, with regards to the visitation, based on the lack of compliance with the parent, we would ask that those visitations be moved to 2 hours a week, 2 hours twice a week, based on the fact that the department does have to provide security for its building based on concerns that it's had regarding the homes and comments that they've made. And again, based on the lack of progress. The second thing I would say is, per the court's last instructions and really Herculean efforts of Mr. Hamlin, we have secured new certified copies of Mr. Holland's medical records. We have those available today on the court. They have a certificate of authenticity.
He's already told me if I get in jail, we file a court, and we said we file a federal court, so that's all we can do.
Same day copies. So we would ask.
You see the copy?
She's got a copy of it. I have a copy to present the Holmes. I don't think they're substantially different than the records they've had previously, but we will certainly do that.
If you'll hand them a copy now, give me your copy. I'll make them part of it. Is that your remarks as an exhibit?
Yes, sir, and Judge, I don't know what number I was on, so.
Do you have any ideas, Stephanie? We'll make it a part of, what would we call this, review hearing number 2? You know, I had status conference hearing last time, I guess we could call this a status conference number 3, number 2. Last time we were here for 3.5 hours, I call that status conference number 1. And this will be a status conference number 2, with the final opinions. Now, Guardian, have any thoughts about the recommendation by the department to shorten the visitation since there's been no compliance made in this case?
Yeah,
I understand the department's position as well as the parents, but I assume an objection to that. It is my understanding that they have been at those visits, but at the same time, they haven't complied with any of the department's and or I requested them to do. I don't have a problem, I guess, scheduling them back some, but because of the infant, if they are going to work with education to get home, I do think it's still important for them to have, obviously, that time.
Do you, y'all heard the recommendation by the department, Mr. Ms. Holm, about cutting your business back down to, what was it, 2 days, 2 hours a week?
Yes, sir.
Do you have a thought about cutting it down to 2 days, 2 hours a week? Do you oppose it or do you agree with it?
we don't understand any of this because our child was kidnapped.
Okay. I don't take that as a non-way in, and I will grant the department's motion to reduce the business to 2 hours a day. Get busy, and I'll get an order accordingly, okay? See you.
Somebody's done anything wrong.